after I wrote Kazu Jones and the Denver Dognappers, I got my agent, Carrie Pastrito, who you had a podcast with. She's awesome. I actually got her through...
Carrie Pastrito, episode 50, esteemed audience. When you finish listening to this episode, check out the back catalog. Well worth listening to. Episode 50. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and she has that's the UFO stories, right? That you guys had.
Oh, so, yeah, all the flying saucers, all the simulation theory. That podcast is crazy.
Yes. She's so fun. She's awesome. But I got her through Pit Mad, which is a Twitter contest. And so yeah. And then after we did some revisions, we went on sub and sold it to Disney. So
the Pit Mad,
but yeah,
was like put out a pitch on the Twitter, or what did you have to submit to get the ball rolling?
I don't know if Pitch Slam is even a thing anymore, but at the time they would pick so many like mentor authors, and then you would get to submit 250, the very first 250 words of your story to like one of 10 authors. Like you could submit to like, well, I don't think it was that many. I think it was maybe 3 to 5. And then they would choose a certain number and they would put that 250 on their blog. And then there would be an agent round for like about 3 days. And then the agents would leave comments if they were interested in seeing it. It's crazy to me because it was only the first 250 words. That's not a lot to go on. There was like a pitch and then the first 250 words. And so that's where Carrie, and I don't even think she was super interested in the beginning. She asked for like 10 pages. I had other people ask for the whole thing, but she asked for 10 pages. And eventually she asked for the whole thing. But something that not very many people know is the first, well, not the first draft, like the early version of that story was about kidnapping. And so I had an agent say, I love it, but it's too scary. It's contemporary, and I can't sell a story about kidnapping because of where people's minds go when kids get swiped. And so she asked me to consider revising it to dog napping, and I was like, no. I didn't want to do that. And so I didn't even really respond to her. And I had some friends who said, so what are you going to do about that? And I said, I don't know. I don't want it to be dog napping. And they were like, well, you should at least try. They heard who the agent was and they thought that she was, a good agent. So I should at least try. So I did. And once I gave Kazu a dog with a personality and named him Genki, it became easy. And the rewrite wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And so about the time that I sent that off to the agent who had requested it, Carrie sent me this really nice rejection letter where she said, I like it. I love Kazu's character, but there's some problems.
After you'd done the revision that she requested?
Yeah, that another agent had requested. And so
okay.
Carrie sent me this nice rejection, and she said, I have some problems with the plot and with the secondary characters, but if you ever choose to revise it, I'd love to see it. And I was like, as a matter of fact, I just turned it into dog napping. Do you want to see it? And she was like, that sounds really cheesy. Send it anyway. So I sent it thinking this is a total bust. She doesn't want it. And the other agent ended up passing on it. But then a couple months, well, no, it was maybe a month later. It was during the Christmas season. It was right before Christmas when she requested it. And then after the New Year, she said, hey, let's talk. And I was completely surprised because I totally had written her off because of the whole, but send it anyway. So then she offered to represent me, and that's how we got started.
So anybody that's willing to tell you that your book is cheesy, that's somebody whose opinion you can trust.
That's right.
And apologies, esteemed audience. I said episode 50 because that's fresh in my mind, but it's episode 43 is my conversation with Carrie Pastrito. As soon as you finish listening to this, or I don't know, maybe work backward. Listen from every episode to this back to 43, and then keep going. They're all great. But
that's right.
You'll get lots of great information.